So let's say you have $5,000 and want a fun, reliable car with a V8. Well, look no further because in this video, I have 9 of the best V8 cars that you can find for under $5,000. Anyway, before I get into it, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite V8 car ever built is. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. Coming up in the number 9 spot, which is the worst of the best, is the Ford Mustang GT New Edge. This car comes with a 4.6 liter V8 which pumps out 260 horsepower and 302 pound-feet of torque paired to a 5-speed manual, sending all of the power to the rear wheels. This car has become much more popular within recent years because of just how good it is. Despite not having the best engine for building power, these are dead reliable, they're fun, and they look really good, and you get so much car for the price. And next up, coming up in the number 8 spot, we have the Lexus LS 430. This car comes with a 4.3 liter V8 which pumps out 278 horsepower and 308 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission, sending all of the power, once again, to the rear wheels. So despite not technically being muscle cars, these are amazing vehicles if you want something reliable that you can daily drive. And the best part is the Lexus LS series is the highest possible Lexus sedan. These are essentially Mercedes S-classes or BMW 7 series, but Lexus. They're more reliable. In my opinion, they look about the same. They're not the greatest looking vehicles, but everything else makes up for it. You get leather heated seats, a ton of luxury features, and most importantly, these will never die. And next up, coming up in the number 7 spot, is the Infiniti Q45. This car comes with a 4.1 liter V8 which pumps out 266 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 4-speed automatic, sending the power to the rear wheels. Like the Lexus LS 430, the Infiniti Q45 is a great vehicle. It is a top-of-the-line luxury executive car, and the best part is, these are pretty reliable. And that is, once again, an amazing thing that the Japanese companies always do right, is they make the best possible products. Even though technically, yeah, it is a Nissan, but that can be completely looked past because this is such a good vehicle. It's a luxury car, it has a V8, they're reliable, and they're not the most fun to drive, and they're not the most powerful, but either way, the luxury makes up for it. And next up, coming up in the number 6 spot, is the 4th generation Camaro SS. This car comes with the best V8 ever built, hands down. It is the Chevy, or I guess General Motors LS1. This is a 5.7 liter V8 which pumps out 305 horsepower paired to a 6-speed manual, sending all of the power to the rear wheels. These cars are appreciating in price every day. They're becoming more and more expensive, so if you want one, I'd recommend getting one of them now. Admittedly, they are very ugly, and while I personally wouldn't own one, I can completely understand why everyone else loves them. They have one of the best engines ever built. These are reliable, they can make so much horsepower, literally up in the thousands, and they're so cheap, and they're easy to work on. I mean, the engine itself is cheap, not the vehicle with the engine, but you can get LS1s relatively cheap. And there's a lot of engines also based on them that were shoved in Chevy trucks like Tahoes, Silverados, things like that. And you can get parts for these engines really cheap, and the vehicle itself is very, very ugly. That's the only bad thing. But other than that, if you can look past that, this is one of the best vehicles if you want a fun, reliable V8. Coming up in the number 5 spot, we have the Chrysler 300C 1st generation. This car comes with a 5.7 liter V8 which pumps out 360 horsepower paired to a 5-speed automatic, sending the power to either the rear wheels or all the wheels depending on how it was optioned. Now, while these vehicles are very good looking, in my opinion, these are some of the most beautiful vehicles that you can find for cheap. They're not the most reliable, however, you can definitely look past that when you see all of the luxury features and all the amazing things this car comes with. They look great and they sound really good, plus they have quite a lot of tuning potential as the engines are good for withstanding quite a bit of power, but they're also not the most reliable. But if you can look past that, these are really good vehicles, which makes them really good daily drivers, especially if you want a V8 car that you can just drive around the city. And coming up in the number 4 spot is the less luxurious, more muscular cousin to the Chrysler 300C. It is a Dodge turd. We have the Chevy Corvette C4. This car comes with a 5.7 liter V8, which pumps out 205 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. It also comes with a 4-speed manual or 6-speed manual, depending on the year. The Corvette, in my opinion, is a true American icon. They're reliable, cheap, fun, horrible on gas, but of course, it's America, right? So who cares? That's what American cars are all about. But most importantly, they're fun, and they're cheap, and they have a V8, plus rear-wheel drive, so you can do donuts and burnouts. What is not to love about these? They also look really good, despite people hating them. I think they look amazing, and they have quite a bit of aftermarket support, and you can do a lot with these engines. And coming up in the number 2 spot is an SUV, which I know a lot of you hate, but hear me out. It's the Porsche Cayenne first generation. It comes with a 4.5 liter V8, which pumps out 335 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. It also comes with a 6-speed automatic, sending the power to either the rear wheels or all the wheels, depending on how it was optioned and depending on what mode you have it in. This car combines Porsche's amazing engineering with a big V8 and practicality. There's so much about this that is just pure amazingness. I don't know why everyone hates SUVs. I mean, I get it, because generally speaking, they're not fun. But like cool vehicles like this, how do people hate Porsche Cayennes? I understand not liking CR-Vs or like Santa Fe's or whatever, but the Cayenne is such an underrated line of vehicles. They really capture Porsche's like just pure amazingness, and this shows that they can do such cool things with the most boring vehicles. And coming up in the number 1 spot, we have the C3 Chevy Corvette. This car comes with a variety of engines with a variety of power. These are, of course, all V8s, ranging from small V8s all the way until the largest 7.4 liter V8s. These cars also come with a variety of power, between 180 and well over 400. They also come with a 3-speed manual or 3-speed automatic, as well as rear-wheel drive. The C3 Corvette is an amazing car. I don't know why people don't talk about them. They are great vehicles. They're reliable. I mean, reliable relatively speaking, because they are quite old. Parts are not that hard to find for them, and they have pop-up headlights, amazing lines, and they just look beautiful. Anyway, if you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what your favorite V8 car is, and have a good day.